My name is Jude Nwankwo. I am from Umunoha local government of Imo State. I grew up in Lagos and then had my primary and secondary education there before I went to the East, University of Nigeria, to study for the undergraduate level. I am married and I have a son, and I love choral music. And I've spent the whole of my life practicing it. Thank you. Yes, I think the Nigerian art music is evolving. What we used to have then is surely different from what we have now. And one interesting thing about art music in recent times is what we call research composition. I mean, composers carry out research now before they write. I mean, they try to study the music of a particular place and then create art music from it. That has been done in the past, but I think there's more consciousness about it, especially with scholars like Christian Onyeji advocating for this as a way of having the true Nigerian identity in our music now. So it has evolved from just writing as the spirit directs into researching fully before coming up with compositions. I started as a church choir boy. Everything musical about me started in Bariga in Lagos State. I joined the choir of St. Gabriel's Catholic Church and got exposed to choral music from there. Prior to that, I had been listening to Harcourt White's songs, and I would say he is my primary role model in music because I listened to him a lot, and he made me love choral music. So joining the church choir further exposed me, and I learned a lot from there. And then I wanted to learn more, so I joined private choral groups. I joined the Mystical Choral Voices run by Michael Penu in Maryland. I joined Chorale de la Magnifique run by Ike Seka, all in Lagos. And then the icing on the cake was when I joined the Lazukweme Chorale. And there I met one-on-one with Professor Lazukweme, and he discovered the potentials I had, and he really encouraged me in studying music. Then when I got to UNN, I met composers who really chiseled me and made me what I am today. The likes of Dr. Adeogun and Professor Christian Onyeji. They were so influential. I draw inspiration from existing music. That is one. I can actually listen to an existing music and draw an inspiration from it. Like one of my works, Hallelujah in 7/8, was drawn from listening to Iya Mi. Yeah. Then I can also try to be a craftsman. I mean, I compose not based on inspiration, but because there is a need to create something. So, and that is where I bring in all the things I've learned over the years my knowledge of harmony, counterpoint. My international visibility started with Morehouse College, Atlanta, Georgia, when they called for entries because they wanted to commission someone to compose for the Morehouse Glee Club. And I had to bring out some of the things I had done before, and I submitted an entry, and I got selected. And that was just the beginning for me. And then it opened other avenue for me to be internationally visible. So I think it is the sacrifices I made in the past that accumulated into the international visibility. Then when I am now there, I now try to, of course, to be more deliberate. I think it depends on where you are. I have been so fortunate to work with very dedicated singers in this part of Nigeria in the East. You have the zeal. People here just want to make music. Unfortunately, there are very few people who are good choral directors. So they'll seek out for the good ones so that they can make music with them. And one important thing is they are not money conscious. Some parts of Nigeria you go to, before you say, the person tells you the price. So it makes it difficult for you, especially when you don't have patronage for your art. I would want the performer to follow the instructions I've given in the score. And if their interpretation is based on the instruction, good and fine. I mean, we can't all interpret music the same way. Some interpretations could even be better than how I would want it, but it is still based on what is in the score. Because if you just leave it to the liberty of the performers, they can just create something new that is not you. Okay, I wrote an Alleluia in 7/8 that is in the style of Iya Mi, and some people will bring in Iya Mi intro into the song, and they say, no, that is not me. You're just playing Iya Mi and not Jude. So. I had my primary and secondary school in Lagos, so we did Yoruba in the primary and secondary school. Unfortunately, I didn't do Igbo. There was no option for that. So I learned Yoruba, how to write Yoruba. I mean, the three signs, the low sign, the mid sign, and the high sign. So Yoruba language is a tonal language. So that means when you're writing, you need to follow the tonal inflections of the language. So knowledge of the language made it easier for me to write. Yeah, so composing Iya Mi, the melody wasn't a problem. The tonal inflections wasn't a problem. But the challenge I had was the instrumentation. Yeah, because I had to write for the talking drum. I don't play the talking drum. And I've heard people play it, I've seen people play it. I know that there is a lot you can do with the talking drum. But then what I try to do, so as not to limit myself, is to put something that the player can extemporize. So what I did was I gave the player the basic rhythm to follow. Din, 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 din. Din, din, din. I give that as basic reading, and then I'll give the liberty to the player, who is supposed to be a professional, to now use that basic reading to create the language of the talking drum in the playing. Generally, what I would do is, because I write more of choral music, so I will try and get the lyrics, you know. And then once I have the lyrics, I plan the composition. I design a plot for it. I want to know the key I want to write on. If I'm modulating, where am I modulating to? We call this pre-compositional considerations. So I get all these things ironed out before I start writing. And one of my teachers then, Major MacDonald of blessed memory, would say, the best composers are the best listeners. So if you listen a lot, you will, you will know the style of different composers. And then a unique composer is that one that brings different styles to make your own style. So